Come on, shitty controller. Alright, maybe I should just switch over. This is how much faith I have in the build, guys. I just put the other controller down. We're doing this, we're waiting. I'm like, I don't care. What's up, agents? How y'all doing? Hope everybody's hanging in there, being as safe as you guys need to be. Sorry if I sound a little funny, just got a little dental work done, but we're going to try to get through this. Luckily, we got a quick one today. I just wanted to go through the name gear that you can get from the crafting station and just see if it's any good, see where you might use it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Well, as everybody is probably aware, this is our good old crafting station. I like to use everything outside because everything's right here all in one place together. So I know some of you guys use inside. I also like it because you can find team members, stuff like that, and there's just more going on here in the social space. But anyway, our crafting bench, if we go into it, you guys notice we're only at 5 of 6 of our blueprints. We still got some blueprints to get. But anyway, there's very few named items we got. So I already crafted a bunch, but we'll go through looking at them. Right out the gate, you got the Savage Wolverine. We got the Sleipnir, which is the SMG, or not the SMG, the LMG. We got the good old Send-Off. So those are the 3 craftables we got, unless you happen to be somebody who referred a friend, in which case you'll have the Stinger. I'm not even familiar with this. If any of you guys have a picture of this or have some footage of it being used, I'd love to see it. So 4 weapons in total, 3 of which I got. And then we do not have any masks that you can craft that are named. We do not have a backpack. However, we do have the good old motherly gloves. I believe these are acquired through completing the technician, what you need to do to unlock the technician specialization. It's one of the first things that you get to unlock during that mission set. So pretty easy to get. On the chest, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this thing. We're just going to go ahead and say it's a Petrov named chest piece. You guys can go ahead and figure out how to pronounce that. Unfortunately, we do not have anything in the knee pads. So this is where, if you guys have seen any of my recent previous videos, if you're going to do something fun, you can go with something like the improvised knee pads to get a couple random gear slots, or mod slots rather. But in the holster, we have probably the most interesting of all of these. We got the Badger Tough Ammo Dump holster. Alright, agents, now we'll cover what each of these named gear pieces is, what they do, and how you may use them in a build, if there's any builds that you would use them. Alright, agents, so the first thing we'll look at is a Savage Wolverine. Savage Wolverine is an assault rifle based off of the Honey Badger. One of the downsides of the Honey Badger, you only have 3 attachments rather than the 4 that we hope to get on most weapons. Its talent, perfectly close and personal. Killing a target within 7 meters grants 38% weapon damage for 10 seconds. So this can be kind of cool. You can use this with a shield build, or if you're having a really nice run and gun DPS build where you're really in dudes' faces, or you're doing a lot of PvP, this could be cool too, where you're really right up on the enemies. Again, I don't like that it only comes with the 3 mod slots, but you know, it may be worth it for that extra damage. The Send-Off shotgun was really awesome back in the day when it had the perfectly rooted. Once they took rooted out, it kind of nipped this thing's balls off. But what it's left with is perfect distance. And so what it used to have before was both. You'd get perfect distance and perfectly rooted, which made this a badass shotgun. But just perfect distance plus 100% optimal range, who gives a shit? You use a better shotgun. We're good. The Sleipnir, I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. So this already has a super high rate of fire at the 800 RPM. We got a decent sized mag. You probably want to buff that up, you know, but that's easy to do. And then we got Perfect Frenzy. So obviously you do want to buff up the magazine, because for every 8 bullets in the magazine, gain plus 3% rate of fire and plus 3% weapon damage for 5 seconds when reloading from empty. Now, the good thing is, because of the rate of fire, you're able to fire this off real quick. So you may actually not want to add too much ammo, depending on how quickly you can empty the entire magazine. That's up to you to figure out. Perfect Frenzy is a kind of cool perk. Of course, you do have to build into some weapon handling to be able to control it, but hell, it may be a lot of fun. Okay, now getting into the crafting pieces again. So we got the Vedmeditia, okay, whatever. The Petrov named chess piece. This is a standard Petrov chess piece, but it comes with the perfect brace. Won't cover weapon handling is increased by 50%. So this is actually a pretty good perk in the fact that this gives you a lot of bonus handling, reload, speed, accuracy, stability. This is definitely a big bonus to a lot of your weapon handling abilities. The problem is it's in the position that you would generally have a good damage talent or something that would be more effective than this. However, there may be positions where you would use this, and the good thing is you can craft it, so you can craft it over and over and over again until you get the best one. We got the Motherly Love Gloves. Now these were awesome back in the day because of the extra weapon damage you can get, but they changed them, and now it's Alp Summit that comes with skill health 10%. The only issue I have with this is there's no time that I would really need the extra skill health where I'm using Alp Summit, except for maybe in a shield build. And this is where you guys may want to check it out. If you guys are doing a dedicated shield build that you're not using the Foundry Bulwark, then yeah, this might work. But the thing is, you're probably going to be using the Foundry Bulwark because it's just, if you're going with the shield build, it's just so overly powered. So now we get to the last one, and this is where it gets interesting. This is the Ammo Dump Badger Tough holster. Now, a holster, in fact, let's just go ahead. Well, let's look at it first. So we got the Shotgun Total Armor on Kill from the Badger Tough brand set. It's got the standard armor core. But now if we go down, you guys notice we have 3 attributes, not 2. You get the the ammo capacity for free. So the cool thing about this is if you're going to be using Badger Tough piece in your build, unless it's like the 0S, if you're just going for a single piece, and this might actually be good with this if you're doing a 2-piece or even 3-piece Badger Tough build, get this ammo dump in here, because this is just free ammo at no cost. As long as you're not taking away from any other holster you may be using instead. You got your Imperial Dynasty, you got your Waveform. You could probably switch out almost any gear set you'd use. And other than that, you got the Picaros, so that's a new one. That's amazing. So you may want to use that instead. But you really don't have a whole lot of competition. And the cool thing is you can just craft this over and over again. In fact, let's just do this on video, guys, just because. Let's just go down to the holsters. I think we got enough that we can afford to. Yeah, I can make a couple. Check it out. Let's just make 3 of them, see what happens. So, bam. Okay, not good. Bam. Hey, that's looking a little bit better, right? If we're doing a skill build, that might be working out okay. We can, take a little bit of optimizing and stuff, but this is the point. Okay, there we go. That actually has decent armor core on it, and, so that one's not terrible. This would be a little bit better for an armor build. And now the best part is since I'm not going to be keeping any of those, I can just come on over here to the expertise station and I just donate them for expertise levels. So there's that too. So yeah, agents, while they're not the most amazing things in the game, there are a few things on named items in the crafting bench that are actually pretty cool. Namely, the Ammo Dump holster, if you want to run some Badger Tough, is pretty hip. Gives you a free attribute of that 10% ammo. Never a bad thing, especially in higher end content where, enemies hit like a truck and you don't want to have to go back and get ammo. I'm thinking about the legendary Union District Arena, Roosevelt, things like those. The other thing is, we have the send-off, forget about it, but 2 weapons, the 2 other weapons. The Savage Wolverine can put out a decent amount of damage if you get that perk proc in. The only downside is, you have to be within that 7 meters. And the Sleipnir looks like it could be a lot of fun in the right build. So, it's really up to you guys what you want to do. The thing is, really, ultimately, The one thing that actually is really worth it in the crafting station is the improvised gear, because of its ability on the holster, the gloves, and the knee pads to give you a free mod slot. So depending on what you're doing, that could get you a lot of extra yardage. Other than that, there's some cool stuff. It could be fun to play with, mess around with some other builds and stuff, and maybe some good placeholders while you're trying to get your ultimate endgame builds going on. So that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Do me a favor, on the way out, smash that like button. Hopefully by now I've earned your guys' subscription. Best thing you can do to help my channel is to share this video. If you guys would do anything differently as far as these crafting sets and how you would use them, go ahead and leave a comment down below. You agents, be as safe as you need to be out there, and I'll catch you all in the dark zone. Peace out, everybody.